Welcome to episode 22 of Minor Disturbance Radio. And check it out. We're going to do things a little bit different this time. We're not going to be so long-winded talking and stuff. What we're going to do is we're going to get to playing a lot of music on this episode. And we want to really showcase the local bands here and make this more of like a radio station show for you guys so that there's more music, less talk on this one. And then we might do a podcast later. You know, the next episode might be just all talk and no music. Who knows? But anyway, this is a rally cry for all the bands out there that talk about, there's no place to get exposure. We're never going to be heard on the radio. Well, this is your new home now. Minor Disturbance Radio is for the local bands and the people that do want exposure. And we've got enough listeners now that you're going to get heard by some people. So if you're crying and complaining all the time about there's no outlet to hear your music or to be heard anywhere, God damn it, share this with your friends, get everybody on board and let's move forward because it's a do-it-yourself world now and we're doing it ourselves. And so without any further ado, This is episode 22 of Minor Disturbance Radio. But first, before we get into the music, there's one subject that's been going around on Facebook a lot that everybody's kind of crying about, and it's the 104.9 going off the air and being replaced with a country station.
That's right.
And I'm sure that everybody's butthurt about that, and you kind of realize that, well, what's happening to our metal, man? Yeah, what's happening to our metal music?
Do you happen to know the name of that company?
The company that bought out all the radio stations around here? Yeah. I don't. It used to be Clear Channel, but now it's something totally different. I wish I came prepared.
Is that what happened? Somebody came in and bought a bunch of
there's a new big entity that bought a lot of radio stations and are changing the formats, and they're going to where the listenership is. Okay.
Right. So, which in this case is heavily pitch corrected vocals on country with R&B drums. Yeah. I know that there was some hubbub surrounding the actual changeover. They played like Christmas music for I don't know, like 6 hours or 12 hours or something, and then it changed over to pop country, and of course we lost a couple of morning hosts that I know a good number of people listen to.
Dave and Darren.
Yeah. And, I don't know exactly what's going to kind of come out of this, but it does definitely open the door for, /require some of the do-it-yourselfers like what we're doing here to pick up the slack and try to keep the community organized, because I think that's the thing that's the most that I dislike about it the most. It doesn't have to do with corporate greed or any of that crap. I mean, we all know that sucks. But it's just the idea that whenever you have a radio station that plays a certain genre of music, that makes it so that the people can kind of rally together around it, and our it sort of threatens the community when you lose the centerpiece of your community.
So currently, there's nothing that's playing that.
Nothing playing modern.
You have
modern
right.
Rock. You have down the dial. There's nothing.
You have 106.5 and 97X playing rock, and that's classic rock.
Right.
But there's nothing up and down the aisle or up and down the dial except for if you want to try to find something from Cedar Rapids or Iowa City.
Right.
Yeah.
There's not. You're not going to hear.
Because it's probably been what 10, 15 years. What was Planet 93.5 started, and then it moved to 104. So it's been quite a while. We've had music along that lines, right?
Right. Yeah. When it became 93 Rock, which it was for a while. Okay. Yeah.
Well, all I'm saying is that we don't really have to be that butthurt about it, because all you have to do is download Minor Disturbance Radio.
Yeah, there you go.
And you're going to be able to hear some metal music.
We're here to fix problems.
It is going to be local music to begin with, because if I play copywritten music on the podcast, I could be fighting some battles.
Right.
So at first, we're just going to play local stuff and show you guys what's going on. So rally the troops, man. And so let's get the ball rolling here. Let's play the first band. We're going to be playing a lot of songs tonight. We're going to play 10 different bands on this episode.
Nice.
Let's start the show off with Shadowstone. This is called Don't Stop. That was Shadowstone with "Don't Stop," man. And you know, we were talking when it was playing, and you said that there used to be a different singer for that band.
Yeah.
And he was replaced with Chris Coonley. I want to say that that's how you pronounce his name. And man, what a great rock vocal.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely.
I can't do it.
No,
I couldn't do it.
That'd be hard to play or sing for 30 minutes doing that. It seems like he's letting it out.
Yeah, right after the first line, I'd have been spent.
Yeah, well, I'm sure there's a laryngologist out there who's like planning his, kids' college money.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's terrific, though, man. Wow.
Very good.
Yeah,
wow, fantastic.
Very cool. I want to get all these bands that we're playing. I want you to get all of your friends and all of your fans on MDR so that we can have a community here and possibly, like I said, have our own radio station with local stuff, and maybe at some point we'll start putting it up against some national stuff.
Yeah.
And seeing how it rolls out.
All these bands that we're playing, do they have CDs available? Do you know?
Absolutely. They gave me material, so they have CDs out. Absolutely. So check out Shadowstone on Facebook. That's the only, that's the best way that you can do anything anymore is go on Facebook and look for these people.
Listen to him with his CDs.
Yeah, what's that?
Oh boy, you are
really
old.
That's where we're going.
Really old.
That's where we're going with this.
Yeah. So next up, I wanted to play a band from Muscatine that's been wanting me to play their stuff on the show. They sent me a demo a while back, and we played it. And they've now recorded a full-length CD, and the band's called Old Man's Curse, and they're from Muscatine. And I want you guys to check this out. Like I said, they got a new CD that they just put out, and they're trying to get up here in the Quad City market, and they want to play up here. So give this a listen, check it out. Tell us what you think. Old Man's Curse. This is called Drain Your Mind.
Trust, violence, mind progression, luck, danger. Listen to me now. Mind crime. Never found out how. You got to drain your mind. Drain your mind. Can't get it back and never will. You got to drain your mind. Angel knocking at your door. Anger, seen that face before. Obsession, listen to my child. I've been looking out for you, and now I remember why you got to drain your mind. Drain your mind. Can't get it back and never will. You got to drain your mind. Train your mind. Train your mind. Can't get it back and never will. You got to train your mind. Train your mind. Train your mind. Can't get it back and never will. You got to train your mind.
Kind of an Alice in Chainsy kind of feel, you
A
know.
little bit. I got that.
What I could tell with that recording was that you could tell that they were using real amps and real drums. For sure. The crack of that snare. I like to hear that. I like to hear that bands are using real instruments
Of
anymore.
course, they're going to come back and be like, no, man, it was pods and Drumagog. And
It was Drum Kit from Hell.
Drum Kit
and
from Hell.
Yeah.
we just affected it up just right.
Yep. So that was Old Man's Curse from Muscatine, and they're getting a pretty good following up there. I know they've been, like I said, they've been trying to work their way down or to the Quad Cities.
Well, we've gotten something from them before, haven't we?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Well, I think this is considerably nicer sounding than the
If you
last
want to
thing
get into
we
the
got.
nuts and bolts of
Yeah.
it, I think what they did was they sat the vocals in the mix a lot better this time and kind of contained it
Yeah.
more, because the demo that we had before, the vocals were way uncaged,
Yeah.
in a way uncompressed,
Yeah.
just real in
Yeah.
your face. So
Too dynamic and too loud.
yeah, so it's real cool.
Yep. Yeah, that's excellent.
Good job, guys.
Yeah, way to go.
Listen, I want to make a challenge. I don't know if anybody's going to be interested in this, but you're going to have to pull up your big girl panties for this one. I had an idea, and I kind of stole it. I stole it from 1152 and 9th Street Memory. But they had talked about doing a song swap. Okay, so what they did was they're going to trade songs.
Okay.
And 9th Street Memory is going to play an 1152 song the next time they play together.
Okay. All right.
And 1152 will then play a Ninth Street Memory song. But I'm going to take it to the next level, and I'm going to challenge any band in the Quad Cities right now. And I'm not going to make it hard.
All right.
Actually, I'm picking something that's pretty simple. I'm going to put up a song here, and I'm going to see the first band that takes the challenge. And the challenge would be to play this song, either record it yourself
Right.
with your band and your touch on it, or play it live and have it recorded. And this could be cover bands, this could be original bands. I don't care who it is, any band in the scene out here. It could be Flashpoint, hint hint, or any bands.
Yeah.
I mean, this could be Dive Bomb, my band.
right,
All right.
right.
But I don't think I'm going to jump on. I want more people to be
Right.
involved. I don't
Right.
want it to be a one-man show here, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a song, and I'm going to challenge the first band to go ahead and cover the song.
Okay.
And play it the way that they would play it and put their touch on it.
All right.
Okay. And I thought that would be pretty fun. And the song is
We don't have a drum roll. Found on the table. That's awful.
the song is Romeo by Lynn Allen.
Oh.
And I'm going to
right.
play this. I'm going to play the song now so that everybody
Okay.
can get familiar with
So,
it.
let me get this straight. In a nutshell, what you're asking is for a local band to cover an original song from another local band, and in this
Right.
case, the local band is Lynn Allen, and the song is Romeo.
Absolutely. And-
Legendary Lynn Allen.
And on top of that, once you do this, then you get to call out any other band to cover any other band's song.
Okay.
oh.
So, if, say, for example, 9th Street Memory jumps on this and they send me a recording of them playing the song, well, then they get to call out another band that has to cover a song that I just changed the rules.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that
so
we want them to
right,
cover.
right,
So
right.
they have to call out the next band to challenge them.
So
You
they
have
get
to
to-
do the MDR challenge, and
Yeah.
I'll give you a song to cover.
So they get to choose the band, not
right,
the song.
They get
the
to challenge another band.
Okay.
So what happens when we call out a band and they tell us to go fuck ourselves?
well then we never play them on our show again.
What if it's your favorite band,
Just made up in
Brian?
round two.
Yeah. We'll figure this out as it goes along, but I think it'd be a lot of fun. You could call out Lynn Allen then and tell them to
Right.
cover an 1152 song.
Right. That could be
Oh,
interesting.
yeah.
All right. Call out
Yeah.
3 Years Hollow and make them cover an 1152 song. There's all kinds of ideas here. So
Just for fun.
I think it'd be a good
Yeah.
time.
I like the
Just
idea.
don't call out Dive Bomb. And we're going to try to keep it easy. Obviously, nobody's going to be able to cover 100% like, Kronos Resistor type stuff or
Right,
something like
right.
that. So they're probably going to be safe a little bit. But I might, if Kronos Resistor covered Romeo, that would be fucking awesome.
Yeah.
That would be pretty cool.
Right? So anyway,
Yep.
here, this is Romeo from Lynn Allen. Have at it.
It only takes a minute to tell you goodbye. And if you give me about an hour, I'll tell you why. It only takes a second to turn off the lights. Yeah, we'll stumble through the man to make you cry. When my back's against the wall and my hands are tied, 'cause I ain't no Romeo, you ain't no Juliet. I wasted my time and my time again. You know it only takes a minute. It only takes a minute to tell you goodbye. And if you get me about it, I'll tell you why. It only takes a second to turn off the lights. Yeah, we'll stumble through the dark in the dead of the night. 'Cause I ain't no Romeo, you ain't no Juliet. I wasted my time and my time again. I ain't no Romeo, you ain't no Juliet. I wasted my time and my time again.
That was all Billy Piper.
It was all Billy?
Yeah. I played the lead at the beginning and the lead for the solo. And basically I was emulating Terry Murphy, right?
Right.
His lead that he already did.
I see.
I did a little bit of ad-libbing on it, but yeah, that was me playing leads on there. One afternoon, going over to Billy's house. Hey man, how about you throw a solo down real quick?
So, like, I mean, this was done. This is done like.
This was a remake of the original, which was off of what album was?
It was a best of.
It was on the best of, but was it ever on a?
I think it was just on the best of.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now was he using digital recording at the time, or?
Yeah, that song was recorded in his home studio.
Okay.
So you could probably tell that the drums aren't real
Right.
on there. But at that time, I mean, that was kind of a new thing to be able to record at your house without a real drum set.
Right. Yeah, and have it sound like not too bad.
Yeah, not
like
too bad.
Pretty
but-
believable.
Right. Anymore,
Yeah.
if he was doing it now, which
Yeah.
they got a new record coming out, by the way, and they have a whole new band put together from
really?
it on.
That's what I've heard.
And I'm sure that the drums won't be as noticeably computerized.
Sure.
But anyway, that's my challenge to local bands, cover included. Doesn't matter who you are, but send us a recording of you either playing it live for sound check or in front of a crowd. I don't care what you do, or if you want to record it somehow. But that's the challenge. So if you can cover Romeo by Lynn Allen and put your own little touch on it, that'd be a lot of fun, I think.
Interesting.
I like this. I hope.
And I hope you've assembled your legal team to to fight off the lawyers that Billy's going to sick on you.
I just hope somebody
No.
actually does this.
No, I don't think that Bill would have a problem with that. I mean,
don't think so.
If I was listening to somebody's, SLT radio fucking podcast from somewhere,
Sure.
and they were like, "Hey,
Sure.
I dare you to cover a Drop Hammer song," I'd be like, "Well, I can't wait to hear this shit."
Right,
You know what I
exactly.
mean?
Right,
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
I can't wait. That's
See what
pretty
you
cool.
got.
Who doesn't like to hear somebody cover their music? You
Right.
know?
Oh, yeah.
So
I mean, about the only people that are bothered by that are people who are, trying to protect their copyrights. I mean,
I already know who the first person is that's going to
Yeah.
do it. It's going to be Chuck Murphy.
Yeah.
it'll be Chuck.
He'll send me his version of it.
Yeah.
And I'll just act like I didn't get it.
All right.
Excuse me. I'm sorry, Chuck. That I was just fucking around.
All right.
But let me explain why I'm coughing so bad. God damn.
But seriously, Chuck, don't do it.
Yeah.
Give other people a chance.
All right, sorry about the coughing thing. So what happened was I got some sort of lung infection recently from my day job. My day job is I'm a carpet cleaner, which entails sometimes doing water damage restoration and shit. And I'm in people's basements that are moldy and mildewy and shit. And apparently I've breathed in some of this bad stuff, and I've got a spore-related infection in my lung now. That they need to do a biopsy on next week. But it ain't stopping me from rocking tomorrow night at the iWireless.
You're doing it. You bought all your Journey endorsed by the singer from Journey.
Yeah, I've got it all, man. I got the Vocalies ready to go.
Zone,
I got the fucking Entertainer's Secret.
There it is, man.
How's that stuff working out for you?
I'm gonna find out tomorrow night once again. Like I said.
Pumped an entire bottle of that stuff into my asshole, and I still can't sing worth a shit.
You farted in harmony?
No, I can't
end.
whistle Dixie out my ass. So
I'll say
that's
wrong end.
Yeah, we ended up having to cancel last weekend. We had a gig, and I had to end up. That's the first gig I've ever had to cancel in my career.
I meant to ask you that. That's first one.
It was one of them where it was so bad, the infection was so bad that even drawing a breath, it just wasn't going to happen. I was so short of breath, sick. It's kind of like having the worst allergies all at once and the flu at the same time. It's kind of what it was like. Anyway, that's the challenge, and let's get back to some more music. This is another one that I liked that we were sent, and when the Post Mortems sent me their songs for me to play, they told me which ones they wanted me to play.
Okay.
And in true Minor Disturbance fashion, I don't give a fuck. I'm playing the ones that I like.
You're doing what you want to do?
Yes.
No, aren't you tired of bands choosing the not best single on their album to play? Stupid fucks. Why don't you learn?
Yeah. So this is the song that I dig off that release. All right, hold on.
No, Devin, I don't think you're stupid.
Okay.
I just think you have shitty taste in your own music.
So this is the Post Mortems, and this is one of my favorite tunes from them. It's called Hard.
All of my friends have gone soft in the head. We are what we've hated, and there's nobody left. Alone and elated with our lackluster eyes. We run, and we still act surprised. We used to be hard, but now we're just used to it. Jealous of fighting, not for reasons to heal. Ignoring the obvious is killing our fear. And without atonement to oppose the norm, we are just currents in a sedated storm. We used to be hard, but now we're just used to it. Now that the future is a sin and its praise, yeah, but we change only once, saving grace. Painted like the devil's red and wicked face. A record of agelessness and answers are We used to be hard, 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 but now we're used to it.
So that was the Post Mortems, and that was called Hard. And I was just told as we were listening to that they have made a video for a different song, and I did not play that one. But I do actually like it when people send me videos of them playing so that we can kind of see who the bands are and stuff, and that way
Yeah.
you're not just listening to it and looking at a picture of their name or something.
It's still cool they take the time to make a video for their own song.
And in this day and age, you can make a video with your fucking iPhone.
Well, I just think it's cool that when we play songs, you usually just basically show a picture of a coffee cup on there. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I do.
It makes me want coffee every time I see that happen.
Oh, by the way, I broke a cardinal rule of my own.
You did.
Uh-oh.
Yes, I wore a Minor Disturbance radio shirt on the podcast.
You did.
And yeah, I did that on purpose because I want people to understand that we do have shirts. You could have one of these. Go up to Music Mart on 23rd Avenue, which is now Avenue of the Cities, which is fucking retarded.
Yeah.
But and you can also go down to Ragged Records, that's at the foot of the government bridge on the Davenport side. Go in there and grab a shirt too. And while you're at
that's a cool place anyway.
it is really cool. And while you're at it, grab a couple old 80s heavy metal
Absolutely.
Vinyl covers.
They got everything down there too,
Yes,
man.
they do.
Everything you want.
Yeah.
Yes, they do. Everything, including possibly like Minor Disturbance shirts.
That's all you need, right?
Well, I noticed you said go down there and grab a shirt. Please pay for the shirt.
We'll grab it and run real fast.
No,
I mean,
don't do that.
You know,
Do not
don't
follow
recommend
Brian's
that.
advice.
yeah.
Yeah, disclaimer.
Well, at this point, though, if you just ask real nice for one, I'd probably give you one. You know, we need as much exposure as possible.
Yeah.
So anyway, that was the Post Mortems with Hard, and I dug that. The thing that's unique about that band, ladies and gentlemen, is that was just a bass guitar and a set of drums.
That's right.
There's no guitar in there.
They're a two-piece band, like a bikini.
Yeah, two dudes, two piece.
Yeah.
Two-piece.
Yeah. Which one holds the titties? I bet the one that sings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with
I can see Travis is trying not to be long-winded.
Yeah,
I
he's
really
trying to
am.
get right to the point.
I am. I'm just.
I feel like we're stifling ourselves.
I know it, man. I want to just go nuts and talk, but
Yeah.
I
yeah.
couldn't even get that fucking sentence.
Well, let's play another song, and then I got something that I want to talk about after this song,
right.
and it has to do with something that's going around on Facebook too, that people are complaining or putting up little posts about band pay in the area, and we'll get to that after this song. And the next song that I want to play is from another friend of mine, Wes Weber, who's been on the show before, and the band is called Drama Major.
Drama Major.
Damn it!
Drama Major.
Are you sure? Every time I say it, you say it the other way.
It's Drama Major. It's not Drama Major. Like if it's Drama Major, you'd be thinking like Ursa Major, like a constellation.
All right.
But like if you're talking about the person that's going to school studying drama, they would be a drama major.
All right, I got you.
I hope the GoPro picked up your fucking face verbiage there, your fucking visual chagrin.
Yeah, so this is Drama Major, and this is Wes Weber's band.
You still fucking said it wrong.
I did?
Yeah, Drama Major.
Heart Scars.
Drama.
Check it out.
Suffocating, broken eyes, blindly crashing, capsized. My perception's failing. There's tarnished scars. Destination wrong.
Well, everything is crazy, 'cause everything's all gone right now. Is this fear I'm tasting? Well, I'm almost down. And this festering inside me, empty is all I feel right now. Well, I can't wait. Well, I can't wait. No, I can't wait. Yeah, everything is crazy, and everything is fucked right now. And here I stand, I'm betrayed. In this fall I've been in, something's burst and I'm almost down. And this festering inside me, and this feelings they don't equate. I pray for resolution. Yeah, I can't wait. No, I can't wait. Yeah, everything is crazy, and it's all gone right now. Oh, I'm almost down. And this festering inside me, and these feelings they don't equate. I pray for resolution. Oh, I can't wait.
Now it sounds like you just said that.
I fucking hate that song. I wasn't talking. No, I was talking about that song. No, I don't fucking hate
No,
that song.
that
I was saying actually I fucking hate this Candlebox song. But send me hate mail about Candlebox. I'm not slagging on Drama Major. So
No, we were listening to Drama Major, and somehow the subject of Candlebox came up, and you
Yeah.
were talking
Yeah.
to me about the vocal of that
I
song.
did the last line of the vocal. Left you far behind. Yeah. Like it goes way sharp, and you're like, oh my god, it like hurts my teeth every time I hear it.
And you said that the producer, he did that in one take, and then he couldn't even get any. He couldn't better
Yeah,
that at all.
That was the best take.
So that was it.
That's my understanding of it. I
Really?
could
Yeah.
be just completely talking out my ass, but
Yeah.
that's what it sounds like to me too. Anyway, I mean, it sounds like that. Like he just ad-libbed the
See-
whole fucking song. Like, what are the lyrics to that song? I have no idea.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Yeah, it ranks up there with Yellow Ledbetter by fucking Pearl Jam of incomprehensible, repetitive lyrics that don't make any fucking sense, and you can't tell what they are anyway.
So that's what you were saying when you said I hate that song.
Ah,
You were
yeah.
talking about Candlebox.
That's right.
And but we were listening to. God damn, this is weird.
It's no, you got to say it. It's you emphasize the first.
You
word.
say it.
So Drama Major,
Okay, you say it.
Drama Major,
Do your best radio voice and say who that band was.
and ladies and gentlemen, that was Drama Major, Drama Major,
Song called Heart Scars.
Heart Scars by Drama Major.
Yeah. So here we go, man. Here we go.
Derailed.
Fucking derailed. I'm good at that.
So that was Heart Scars by Drama Major.
Drama Major,
Drama Major.
not Drama Major. Drama Major.
God damn it, Drama Major.
You're gonna say it even. Drama
Right,
Major.
right. Yeah, Drama Major. So anyway, Heart Scars, and that's pretty cool. We're trying to see kind of what the influence was on that type of song, and the closest we could come to was maybe.
Well,
you
I posited Candlebox, that it was
Yeah.
kind of like Candlebox,
Yeah.
just without the shitty vocal.
Almost the drum, but I get a little Primus vibe.
Yeah. You know, and that's one
Okay,
thing
I can
about
see that.
Yeah.
You know, and with Minor Disturbance Radio, we can kind of go and say whatever we want. But what I've noticed about Wes is, it seems Wes Weber is the singer and the songwriter there that you heard. He's one of them guys that has so many different styles of music running through him that he loves, and he can't pick the one channel. It's kind of like having 4 different radio stations tuning in at once.
All right.
And you can kind of pick out, this is the one you hear the most, and so he goes with that at the moment.
Right.
And so he's got such a varied technique as far as writing songs, and
Yeah, you can't stick him in a box.
Right, you
Much
can't.
less a candle box.
Really?
that was really good.
I did.
I like that.
I wrote that joke yesterday. I was
Yeah.
just waiting to spring
We
that
rehearsed
shit.
it, man.
Yep.
We rehearsed it. Well, anyway, today, fresh right out of the kitchen.
Whoa.
You know, we've had plenty of guests on the show, and one of my favorite guys that I had on. One of my favorite guys was Jacob Gregory, who was in the Continuance, and he's got a new band now with your friend Billy Gardner,
My oldest, best friend, Billy Gardner. Yeah.
and they're called Kronos Resistor.
Yeah. You're
and
saying that properly.
Kronos
I was worried
Resistor.
about-
Kronos Resistor.
Okay.
Kronos Resistor.
But these guys, it's fresh out of the kitchen. They just put a little video together, and I was talking to their drummer, and he's like, "Whoa, I just made it with my iPhone or whatever. So if they can do this with their phones, you guys can make videos of your goddamn band and send them to us. So
Everybody can.
but I was really impressed with the sound of this one, and these guys are heavy as fuck. If you're wondering where your metal's at, because one of the questions we had on our Facebook was, where in the hell are we going to get our metal now?
Right.
If you want metal, here's some fucking metal.
Yeah. Kronos Resistor.
Kronos Resistor, man.
Nice.
Geosynchronous Sentinel Satellite.
Yeah, and we were sitting here, talking about who all we knew in that band, who we recognized, and like I said, one of your best friends, Billy Gardner.
Yep.
And you knew a couple of guys in that band.
Well, yeah. Obviously, the backstory on me and Billy is that we both started playing guitar. Billy actually played guitar a little bit before me, but then we got this really great Gibson electric guitar that came into my house, and then we started playing guitar every day, and we traded that guitar back and forth.
The SG?
The SG. My dad's SG. It's a 1971 SG Deluxe, and we traded that guitar back and forth and taught ourselves how to play everything. And it was kind of a friendly competition, and we really influenced each other a lot. And every day we were always wondering, what'd the other guy figure out, So you had to like stay on your game, and we ended up getting pretty good at guitar right away, just like that. So
I miss them days.
Yeah. Hanging out, trailer parks, man.
So yeah, Steve Merritt, the drummer of Kronos Resistor, he sent me a video of him playing some Dream Theater stuff, note for note. I mean, this guy's a really good drummer.
He is. He's a real studied type drummer.
Yeah, very, very, very good drummer.
Yeah.
And then, and by the way, you might recognize the bass player in Kronos Resistor as Steve Krug from The Last Glimpse.
Correct.
Which we interviewed.
And by the way, Steve, you never, ever in a metal video look at the fucking camera.
And you never ever wear your own T-shirt to the gig.
What the fuck are you talking about, man?
But the other guy in the group is Dave Bernal, and I met him. I was in 8th grade, and he was in 7th grade. And I was always really impressed with his guitar playing early on. He just really seemed like he knew how to like get into it. You know, there was some people that they had that natural ability to get themselves involved and then have good rhythm and keep time with the music, with not just their hands on the instrument, but also with the whole rest of their body.
Sure.
And that you can hear that in the way they play. You know, you can actually. It's like when you hear somebody smiling on the phone. Obviously, you can't see that they're smiling, but you can hear it in their voice. You know what I mean? It's subtle and it's there, and you can get it. And I think the same thing is true with people who really, you know, start getting down. And you can kind of see it in that video too. But his nickname was Sprout. And I think on Facebook, he's Sprouticus Maximus.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so cheers, Sprout. I love you, buddy. Haven't seen you in a while.
I can't wait for the time that I can actually get out and see one of these bands live and tearing it up, blowing eardrums out.
Oh, yeah.
But Steve Krug is playing bass for Kronos Resistor, and he's also the guitar player and singer
Correct.
for The Last Glimpse. And so here is a little bit of variance in what Steve Krug is capable of.
Yeah.
With his band The Last Glimpse and the Kronos Resistor. And there might be, not to say that one's better or worse, I'm trying to say that in the style of music there might be some sort of hole in the ozone if I play these two back to back, but I'm going to do it anyway.
Yeah, do it.
Do it.
there really ever a sliver of truth in your eyes? Farther and farther from that time in our lives. Keep going back here, reliving all your lies. Oh, all your lies. All your lies.
That was the last glimpse, and that song was called Ashes. And like I said, that was Steve Krug singing on that one and playing guitar. And I think he's a songwriter for that
Yeah,
too.
I think he did write that one. Although, he and Jeffrey Loader, the other guitar player and backup singer in that band, they kind of share the songwriting duties. I'm not sure what the split is between them. Well, that was nice. I don't know what the split exactly was between them, but I know that they both contribute to the songwriting in that band for sure.
Very cool.
Yeah, definitely.
Very cool.
Great, it's a good jam though.
And I
like
know
that
I
one.
said 2 songs ago that I had something I wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
And then we played 2 songs, so I lied.
We had a lot of music to roll through.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
But the subject I wanted to get to is there's a lot of bands, or I don't know if they're bands, but people are putting up these posts, of like bars wanting to pay bands $300 or whatever to play, and then the bands were like, "Don't you understand like what we have to go through to fucking be there and play on stage, and this and that and other thing." As much as I understand that attitude of, hey, we want to get paid for what we do, look, I remember a time when I would have played for free because playing music is a hobby. Okay, and you have fun doing it, and then you want to go out and play in front of people. That's great, but you can't expect a bar or a club to pay you top-notch dollars to play, because listen, they're paying you to bring people. They're not paying you to come play music. They're paying you to bring people.
Right.
And if you don't bring people, they're not going to pay you the top dollars. Okay. I think that there's a confusion there with bands. I think that they think that just because they bring their equipment and set up and play, that they expect to have $1,200 a night.
Right.
I don't care how far you've driven or how much equipment you've brought and how much you put into your equipment and this and that. That's not the bar's problem. That's the band's thing. Like I've bought tons of guitar gear in my life. Mm-hmm. That doesn't mean that just because I have the top-notch equipment that I expect to get $1,000 a night.
Well, the question is then if the rest of your argument, to carry it out, would be that really the band's job is really to bring people there. Now, the way that they do that is by trying to make good music and trying to make it sound good and trying.
Sure,
to
there's a way to do that. I'm not saying it's not possible.
But I mean, it redefines what the job is as far as what the
and that's exactly what you just said. You said the word job.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, and a lot of times, listen, music is our life. This is our passion. This is something that we love to do. When you start worrying about how much you get paid to do it, that's when I start to look at you like a hypocrite. Because if you're saying, well, I'm not going to go play for less than this much money,
right,
well, then your love for the craft has dissolved. Your love for it has dissolved, because people go bowling for free all the time. Every weekend they bring their expensive balls and their expensive shoes, and
right.
they don't expect to make money. They love doing it.
Correct.
Not to say that bands shouldn't that bring people and have some sort of business going for themselves. When you said job, if you have a business that's working, you should be paid for your business.
Sure. And that's just one way that a club or a bar might spend their advertising revenue or whatever their promotional revenue is after the task of getting people in the bar, because it's the bar owner's job to get people in the bar. One of the ways they can do that is to hire a band. They could hire a DJ.
So
they could, spend it on putting commercials on TV.
So as a bar owner, and you want a band to come play for you, when do you think you should start paying them? I mean, because they've been there a couple times, and when there's a crowd,
when there's people that are willing to pay $3 to $5 to come in and see the band,
and that's the bar owner's discretion, basically.
Yeah, well, I mean, I've always been for bands playing for the door. Right. I mean, let's play by our own ass. Let's play by our own merit. Let's not expect the bar to pay us. Let's pay ourselves at the door by the people that want to see us.
Is that what you
tell me if you're willing to do that, bands?
Is that what you started out doing?
Absolutely. when I was first out playing, I was playing original music, so I wasn't looking. Fuck, if I made $10 playing my own music, I was ecstatic.
Right.
Shit.
You know, then when it turned into the cover band, then you started going, all right, like we told, there's a price for it. There's a price now.
At that point, though, you know that when you've got a decent product, that, you know, it's something that is crafted specifically to put, you know, asses in seats or asses on bar stools or you know, booties on the dance floor or whatever you want to put it.
Right.
You know, that at that point, then you really are not there as much for the music per se. It's just your avenue of how you're going to bring people in.
Yeah.
It's just your angle.
Right.
You know?
And listen, bars aren't twisting your arm to play at their place. I'm sure that you called them and asked if you could play at their place.
Right. Sure.
And then when they said, like, hey, we pay $400 tops, and then you start bitching about, whoa, you want us to drive all that way? But listen, this is a hobby. Again, you've got to think of it like this. If you love to play music and you love to be in a band, then to expect people to pay you money for it is kind of like me saying, hey, I'm good at Call of Duty. How come nobody's fucking coming over and giving me $300 to play it?
I was going to give you $300 to play it, but then you said that it would compromise your love of the game.
But there's people that make their living doing this too. And once it becomes your livelihood, then you have to start looking at how you want to attack that. And most of the guys that are making a lucrative amount of money doing this as a business are very established people like Lynn Allen, Bill Pfeiffer, people that are doing it as a one-man show, such as Chuck Murphy, Doug Brundy's. They're going out, but they're also playing Wednesday through fucking Sunday.
Sure.
They're playing 5 nights a week, and they're playing, you know, they're not making, you know, if you want to make money in this world, you're going to have to work.
Yeah.
All right. And once your playing music becomes work, then, you know, you got one oar out of your hand, the other one's slipping. You know, I'm just saying it's not fun anymore. You're talking about a business now.
Yeah.
And God, I need to have money to go out and play my guitar and sing to people. You know, when we were 18 years old, we'd have loved the opportunity to be in front of people.
Sure.
Right?
Sure.
So I'm kind of caught on the fence there. I mean, I think the band should be paid, but I think that you should be paid on your merit.
Well, I also think that, you know, if a band does have a pretty reliable product, you know, in other words, it definitely can bring in X amount of asses for X amount of bar stools, then yeah, that band deserves to make an amount of money that's commensurate with the amount of money that they're putting in the bar owner's pocket. They should definitely get paid more.
So you're saying shut your mouth, solidify your product, and bring people in the door and get paid that way.
It doesn't become a question, I think, if you're bringing people in all the time.
Right. If you're just going to come in and you're going to play and you're going to stand there in your fucking Bahama shorts and your you know, Crocs and your fucking NASCAR hat and stand there and play Mama Let That Boy Play Some Rock and Roll and you kind of just going through the motions and staring at the TV while you're playing and there's 10 people in there trying to dance to it or whatever. You can't be like expecting $1,200 a night. Come on, let's get real. The bar would go under.
If you wouldn't go for it.
What's
that was your idea.
It was, yeah. As a matter
Told you
of fact.
wouldn't do it with us.
I know.
You know, people will pay money to see an attraction.
Right.
That's the thing.
Is your band an attraction or is it just a band?
Yeah.
Well, an attraction as opposed to just like a noise-making device, like a band or a jukebox or a DJ or something like that. And attraction, I mean, the word says it all. It's an attraction because people fucking show up. And that means if you've got that in your pocket, that's your leverage. You don't bitch. You never bitch. You just play the places that will pay it because you know you're worth it.
Right.
And you don't ever complain when somebody doesn't get it.
And on top of that, once you put seats or you put butts in seats, you don't need a bar anymore.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, you can play wherever you want and host your own shows. Kind of like what the Continuance is doing, or Kronos Resistor, and these original bands. They're getting their own rooms and playing by the seat of their own pants.
Yep.
Which have we played any Dino Ride on this show? In the past?
We have not.
We have not played any Dino Ride. Well, the reason why I bring him up is because John Taylor, the bass player for Dino Ride, he's got a house that I have not been to, but he's been having concerts basically at his house.
Wow.
He's got like some farmland or something somewhere, and so he's hosting a series of concerts. And so now what he's doing there is he's recording all the shows, and he needs like boots on the ground helping him edit all this shit. I mean, you know that. You know, you've got to edit a bunch of shit,
Sure.
man. You're just not enough fucking hours in the day. You gotta, you know, if you had, 10 hours that you were bringing in, every night or 3 nights a week, there's just no way you could stay out ahead of it,
Yeah.
So he's
That's really cool.
Yeah,
very
that
cool.
just started. The place that he has is called, I think it's called Kadzan. It's like got a bunch of apostrophes in it. I don't even know how to spell it, but it's like a CA''D Z''AN or ZA''N or something. It's some kind of California word that I don't understand with my Midwestern, dialect. But yeah. So I mean, there are people that are doing this, that are just taking matters into their own hands and let's just do it. And he was talking about, it's a do-it-yourself world, and let's just do it, man.
Yeah.
We can all be involved. We can enrich each other's lives and enrich the scene, and have something to show for it, and he's been getting bands from all over, like he had a few bands from Nashville like a few weeks back, and then last week it was bands from Minneapolis, and like he's getting all these little bands, that are willing to come through and play, and he's trying to scrape together enough money each show to try to pay him something.
Wow.
And it's fucking cool, man.
That is really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So John Taylor.
I respect people that go out on a limb and kind of, by the seat of their pants, just decide that they want to try to do something like that.
Oh yeah, and he's an extremely busy man anyway. He's got at least a young son and maybe another on the way. I can't remember. But then he's also like getting his master's degree. But then he also has like 3 jobs. I mean, this dude is like, he never sleeps. So John Taylor, man, hats off to you, pal.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to have a little bit of fun here because I wanted to kind of rib you a little bit, Travis, because
Well, fuck off in advance.
and the last 2 songs that we're going to play on the show here, I wanted to show you a little bit of variance because just like a lot of other scenes, there's a lot of revolving doors as far as bands. There's members that are in one band and then they go on to be in other bands, and then some guys go on to be in different bands, and you have some overlapping of members.
Sure.
And at one point, we've talked about this before, where you were in a band with Dusty Smith from 1152.
That's right.
And the band was called Mariannis, and I would pay $5 to see this band any given night.
Well, we'd have to get our old drummer back, man. I think that's really the only way it could happen.
I remember Mariannis being one of the first bands that really kind of opened my eyes to the fact that there's some good shit going down if you get the right guys in the same room.
Yeah.
And there was a certain magic that came from that band that I admired, and I'm still holding out for a possible at least one song reunion someday.
Right.
Maybe we'll all be drunk. We'll go to 1152 show.
Yep.
You can maybe,
What? Drunk at a show? This already seems implausible.
I'm still holding out, but I want you guys during this video. I want you guys to hold out for the part where Dusty Smith is wearing what seems to be possibly his mom's blouse, and he is playing a banjo.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, but this is Mariannis, and the song's called "Torn," and this is a kick-ass song. You guys are gonna dig this shit.
Am I persuaded by the plaintive look in your eye? There was a time when I'd have gone and tried lying to replay the tape of the child. You had me hung before I denied. I committed with the painful thought in my mind. The cold-hearted crime this is a shame. Hey, but this is a shame. Hey, but this is a shame. Hey, but this is a shame.
Smoking tune.
You like that
Very
song?
cool.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
That's the first time I've heard you guys.
Yeah, that was the band that it was myself and Dusty Smith from 1152 and Christopher Ermy, the Big Worm, who is still my bass player. We get together and rock once a week. And then
Awesome feller.
yeah, and then the drummer was Daniel Beasley, who I don't know where he's at or what he's doing. And you know, when that band broke up, it was kind of almost like that dude disappeared.
Wow.
Like
Off the face of the planet.
Yeah, so
isn't that weird?
Yeah, and what the fucked up thing was, we were actually practicing in his mom's basement. So we kept showing up to band practice at his parents' house, and he wasn't there,
Oh,
and nobody
weird.
knew where he was, and hadn't known where he was for days and weeks.
Well, that sounds like somebody's lying to your ass. They're like, hey, tell them I ain't here, man.
Well, I don't know what was. Honestly, I don't think that's
All
true.
they want to do is they want to fucking like dress up like girls and cowboys and make videos.
Yeah, eat burritos.
And eat burritos.
Well, he had plenty of time after
But did
this to
everybody
figure all
catch
that out.
Dusty Smith in his mom's blouse or something? It was definitely a weird shirt
Yeah,
that he was
yeah,
wearing,
right.
And the sombrero and and a banjo.
Yep. And then he had the Metallica shirt, the
Yes,
Sleeveless
he did.
Metallica
With the
shirt.
Explorer too.
Yep,
Yeah.
with the Explorer. Yeah.
So you know, little glimpses of 1152 sprouting.
And I was actually playing the guitar in that video. I don't own that guitar, but it's my dad's SG,
Yeah.
which is the guitar that Billy Gardner and I probably learned the most about guitar.
Did you learn Stairway to Heaven on it?
We did, as a matter of
Absolutely,
fact. Yeah,
man.
yeah,
Water?
we did.
I remember
Smoke on the Water was one of our first songs.
I had a friend like that too, where it was as soon as we got a guitar, a real guitar. He was the first one. I had a Harmony. I got a Harmony for Christmas,
Right.
the Strat style Harmony, and I was happy to have that fucker.
Sure.
And he got a Les Paul.
Oh, that fucker.
Yeah, but it was a Junior. It was a solid body, you know, with
right, slab.
Yeah, it was-
Yeah.
Anyway, it wasn't a like custom or
Real
anything,
Les Paul, right.
but it was still said Gibson on it.
All right,
and Les
exactly.
Paul.
He
and
had
we were
one
like,
up on your ass. Yeah.
"Whoa." And I was like, "Can I touch it?" And he's
Yeah.
like, "No,
No.
And then you know, the battle was on. Then he would call me up on, you know, and I'd
Yeah.
be like, "What's up, man?" He's like, "Check it out." And he put the phone down
Yep,
and like,
yep,
and
yep.
he'd play like the first bling
Yeah.
doom boom doom boom doom doom, and I was like, "Fuck, man!" He learned Stairway before I did, and he was playing Stairway. To me, it was perfect.
Perfect,
And to hear
yeah.
somebody playing a song like
Right.
that, you know, we're
Yeah.
talking about 14-year-old
Sure,
kids,
yeah.
you know, and it was just amazing to hear somebody do that. And
Yeah. By the way,
and-
that's called phone tone.
Oh,
And
yeah.
me and my buddies used to do that shit all the fucking time, man. Fucking phone tone, dude. My buddy Brian Poole would always call me up and be like, I'd answer the phone and he'd say, Mr. Williams. And I'd say, yes, Mr. Poole. And he'd say, ready for a blast? And I'd say, go for it. And then he would put it down. And then he'd pick up the phone and he'd always be laughing. He'd always be like, you know? I was like, yeah, Brian, that's fucking sweet.
That's some funny shit, man.
Phone tone, dude. Do that shit all the time. But yeah, we had a good time making that video, and that was, I mean, when we had those four people, there was just a certain right kind of chemistry that we had. We had Daniel Beasley on the drums, who was a tremendously exciting drummer to watch, and it really made it so that when the loud parts of the songs, we would say during our band practices that we wanted to be the loudest and the quietest band that anybody had ever seen, you know. So that way it made it so that when the loud part of the song would come up and the amps would just start, grunting under the strain of the sheer volume that we had, which was far too loud. I mean, it was completely unreasonable. But it would just look as huge as it sounded, I think. And when we lost Daniel, I think that kind of went away.
Yeah.
So what exactly happened? Why did you guys?
Like I said, Daniel
call it quits?
Daniel really, there were two things that happened.
Witnessed a murder and was relocated.
You relocated.
right.
Witness relocation.
Right. I don't know. But Daniel sort of disappeared. I never really knew what happened to him, and I never really got a chance to talk with him about it, which was odd because we had a really strong verbal relationship. Me and Daniel Beasley did. In fact, he and I were the ones who really started the band together.
Okay.
The rest were kind of brought in. Worm was kind of a shoe-in just because he lived in the same house as me, and we hung out every day, and we were starting to listen to the same stuff, and he really liked the songs that I was writing. And so we practiced as a three-piece probably for, 4 or 5 months. And I was really having trouble getting it together on the vocals because it was really my first time singing and playing. And when it came time to step aside and let somebody else sing, Chris Ermy suggested that we get Dusty Smith. He's like, Dusty's a really good singer, dude. You need to hear him. And I had seen Pipe Theory once, and I saw him. I think I saw Dusty Smith the first time he ever sang and played guitar in front of a crowd, and I was not impressed. Yeah. So I was a little bit, leery of it. But then I heard him, and I was like, whoa, okay, yeah, Dusty Smith can sing. Dusty Smith.
I remember my first impression of him. We loved the band Mariannis, but we hated the fact that he wore a ball cap.
No, Worm used to fucking go off on him all the time about it, man. He'd get so pissed. But both of them would get pissed. They get pissed at each other over it.
It was kind of a hip thing to do, I guess, back in that time. You could wear a ball cap. And I'm like, come on, fucking metalheads don't wear ball caps. God damn it, take that thing off. Be bald and proud, I don't care.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Look at Travis. Fucker's got 4 antennas sticking out of his head. Do something.
Fucker picks up HBO.
Yeah. And Playboy Channel.
And Playboy Channel,
that one
that's
on
right.
the back, I think.
That's where you got to hold it right between the channels, and then you'll see a boob. Oh, it's a boob. It's a boob shot. Boob shot.
Anyway, we're just trying to bust Dusty's balls because he obviously he went on to start 1152, which is absolutely a powerhouse in this area. So one of my favorite local bands, absolutely. And I'm going to play one of their tunes now. This is called The Company, and it's 1152. And like I said, I'm playing The Company. I know it's not off their new release, but I love this fucking song. And plus, I did the video for it. So this is The Company, 1152,
Here's
baby.
to you, Dusty Smith.
That was my boys, 1152, and that was a song called The Company. Goddamn, I love that shit.
I think it's cool the way the video ends with them playing the song, the last few bars of the song live. That's pretty sweet, man.
Yeah, that was my idea.
So who directed that?
That was directed by me.
Oh, that was you?
Yes.
That was your creative choice that I was just...
Yes.
Yeah, I made that video real quick for him. I've said this before, I'll say it again. Oh, you're fucking with me. That's cool, man. That's the kind of friends I have, man.
We do, man.
You get me all think, oh, you like what I did? Well, let me explain how I did that.
Yeah,
what I was thinking was,
Hey, dude. If you guys ever stop getting in my ass, I'll maybe think you don't love me no more.
Exactly.
So
that's how you know you're friends with people, is when they fuck with you like that.
right.
They know your relationship is solid enough. You can threaten it by,
Absolutely. Absolutely. So listen, I know that this was a weird episode for everybody. This was episode 22, and we're doing it a little different. I just wanted to get everybody together, get all the bands kind of eyes on this, and get our hands in the cookie jar here, and spread the word about Minor Disturbance Radio, so that you know that when you click on one of our episodes, it's going to be some homegrown shit, and this is our club. This is for us. This is for all the people that are trying to get this whole little ball rolling, and we don't need radio. We need Minor Disturbance Radio. I should just call it Minor Disturbance Podcast, but
I don't know.
whatever.
I like to call it radio, man.
Yeah,
That's
Minor
some
Disturbance
people
Radio.
understands.
Yeah.
People understand radio better than they do podcast. What the fuck is a podcast?
Yeah.
That sounds like some fucking Mort calling Orson shit. You know what I mean?
I kind of like it, but
Nanu.
Yeah. So anyway, we really appreciate everybody that clicks on the episodes, and all the support that we get, and the people that comment on the videos and all that stuff. We really appreciate that. Let's keep it going. This was Minor Disturbance Radio, episode 22, and we're signing off. We'll see you next time, baby.
See ya.